Thank you guys so much for joining in. We are going to talk about face reflexology. For those of you who are just meeting me or seeing me, my name is Jean Collins, and I do health and wellness and chemical-free living, and really understanding how important our body is and how everything's connected. So that's the shorter version. The longer version of my story is, especially with skin, since we are talking about face reflexology, I really had really bad acne, like what I call pizza face acne. I sort of have a few before and after pictures, and I can send those to anyone. I've tried printing them out though, and it's kind of, I'm like, I guess I must need a really good printer because it was so hard to tell the spots. But I didn't really expect to have anything else work because I had tried so many different things. I went to 5 or 6 different dermatologists, maybe more. I don't know. I lost count. Did face peels. Proactive worked for a little bit and then it didn't. Just all sorts of things. And knowing what I know now about the body, a lot of it has to do with the liver, the lungs, and our skin are all connected. They're all a part of the expiratory or their elimination system, right? Releasing. They're all in that aspect. So really understanding how our body is functioning is an amazing aspect. So when I did find Young Living, when my mom introduced Young Living, and that's a whole nother story with my little brothers, and really understanding the importance of our beautiful seed to seal process and having our amazing farms. That's one of the reasons why I use Young Living, is because of our beautiful farms, and we have them, and it's the quality. And it's also the integrity. So you guys can go to seed2seal.com or ask questions later for those of you present. Thank you guys again all so much for being here. But with my story and my face, I used to be sick all the time. So that is one of the reasons why I feel like I had a lot of acne issues, because my digestive system was all stopped up. And my liver was mostly overloaded from being on different medication after antibiotic. So I kept getting rid of all the good gut flora, right? And then also ingredients. I always talk about ingredient savvy, at least a few ingredients, because what we're using on and around our body is so important. So a few ingredients to avoid are parabens. And parabens, the methyl parabens, the ethyl, the butyl parabens, what it is it's a class of effective but highly controversial preservatives. Why I definitely don't like it is because in 20 breast cancer tumors, they found parabens present in each of those tumors in 1996 in a study. And where it's found? Cosmetics, bath and body products, shampoos and conditioners, right? And parabens also act like a female hormone estrogen, so it mimics estrogen, and we don't need extra estrogen. We need our bodies to work in a beautiful manner. PABA, so para-aminyl benzoate acid, which is closely a cousin of oxybenzone. And why we don't like it? It's because when it's the UV rays can break it down and release free radicals, which can damage DNA. And guess what it's in? Sunscreen. Well, not Young Living sunscreen, but all other sunscreens. That's not cool, right? Fragrance, the word fragrance is a way companies hide ingredients. So there can be long-term toxicity and cancer, lung disease, just a whole different bunch of things. Fragrances are found in lotions, perfumes, cleaners, personal care products, skincare. It's crazy. It's not cool, basically. And then also Ceterith 20, which is a thickening agent. And why it's not cool is it's a known carcinogen that can cause skin irritation. And what it's in is in lotions, conditioners, skin cleansers, and baby wipes. That's crazy, right? So yeah, not cool. And really what face reflexology and why we're talking, and I mentioned ingredients, is because we want to know the ingredients, because that is affecting our liver, because our liver is part of our elimination system, right? It's a part of our cleansing system. And where face reflexology came from is Chinese medicine. And Chinese medicine also did meridians. Like Sue had mentioned, the connection between your lips and your tongue, and there's ear reflexology. There's just all these different things. Anna had mentioned that. So it's very interesting that emotional and physical relationships and all of that had been talked about in medicine, with Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, Greek, Tibetan, homeopathic, and anthroposophic medicine. However, Western medicine removed the emotional connection in treatment. And I think that's the reason why we're seeing more disease, because if you literally break down the word disease from Greek, it's really the body out of balance, right? So a lot of this stuff, comes from, also, side note, now Western medicine is starting to get a little bit more, there is a thing there, we can see the beauty of the science, because now we have a machine that measures it, right? It measures these reflexology points and meridian points, because really we all have energy. Think about when we meet someone, we have that energy, we have that chi, right? And with that though, meridians can be blocked, and it can affect our face. I am going back to the face, but meridians, our chi, can be blocked by foods, toxins, and stress, aka emotions. So that's why it's so important to really be aware of our emotions. Think about, like, anytime you experience pain, that is a way your body is trying to tell you that your chi, your energy flow, is blocked up. I've also used the acronym before. Many of you have heard me say PAIN means pay attention inward now, right? Pay attention inside now, inward now. So really pay attention to your organs. Also, when we feel sluggish, we're tired, or bags underneath our eyes. Bags underneath our eyes is our liver and gallbladder, and we haven't gotten enough rest. Probably we're not going to sleep at that before 1 a.m. We're not getting enough sleep before that, so that we are fully asleep at 1 a.m. Because at 1 to 3 a.m. is when your liver is really detoxing or doing its work. So in Chinese medicine, there are these time zones when your organs are working, and they are working at optimal levels. And then there's also twins, that will also pull energy as well. Try not to get too much into that, because again, we want to go back to the face, and I want to keep it as much on the face. But everything, like I mentioned earlier, everything is connected. So with that being said, the important aspect, I think, is Ningxia Red, because Ningxia Red helps all of your organs work synergistically together. Ningxia Red looks like our blood, and it has high antioxidants. And antioxidants basically eliminate free radicals, right? And free radicals are caused by stress. Again, an emotional connection. We've definitely all been stressed out this last year. So Ningxia Red is definitely a must for helping all of our organs as well as our skin, okay? So make sure you're doing your 2 ounces of Ningxia Red. And there's also an emotional connection with Ningxia Red, because again, it helps all of the organs, and each organ has a positive and a negative emotion, right? So with that being said, I have some charts. I have some beautiful charts, and I've added some oils. Again, like I mentioned, we're not going to go through all of this. Anyone who is here or who is watching this replay that I've sent to you, I might also put it on YouTube. We'll see. I can email you this info as well. But definitely all of you on, thank you again for being on. You're going to get that. And then there's also a face acne points that I've added some stuff to as well, because I knew beforehand people are interested in acne as well as some liver spots. So I'm going to go over a few different things, and I'll probably also jump on the computer at some point. So you'll see the back of my head to show you guys some before and after with our Bloom skincare line. Also, I wanted to mention some of the gift oils for May, like Valor. Valor is a great for our skin because it has frankincense, sweet almond oil, camphor, and it has blue tansy and geranium. This is a great oil for your skin, and also emotionally, it is amazing for courage and balancing. It balances the body. It literally balances the body. I bring this up because most of you have started with a premium starter kit. So you get Valor and that essential oils, and you can take a drop of Valor. I do usually put Valor more on the back of my neck, but if you wanted, you could put it on your face. Just be aware it does have blue tansy, and it can be very blue. Side note, blue tansy is really good for your skin, but if you just put blue tansy on straight, do it at night, and definitely make sure you don't run out the door. I should have grabbed my blue tansy. I wonder, I might have it actually, or at least one of them. I had two of them. Let's see. I don't. I know I don't, because blue tansy, the lid is literally blue. So you guys have probably all experienced, but the world of the internet hasn't. So blue tansy is bluer than that. It is like cobalt blue. I have definitely made this mistake of running out the door and forgetting to wash my face. And then I look in the mirror at a public restroom and I was like, what is on? What is happening to my face? And then I remember, oh yeah, I put blue tansy on. It's great for the skin, but it's blue. Okay. You want to look like a Smurf for Halloween? Just go around and carry blue tansy. Yeah. So, and then also Envision. I use a lot of Envision to envision my future, and I do put it a lot on my forehead. I will get into some of the aspects of the forehead. Envision has rose, and it's also another gift oil for the month. So it has rose, black spruce, geranium, orange, lavender, and sage. Geranium, lavender, sage, rose are amazing for your skin. So I usually put it on my forehead. It's awesome, right? And then highest potential is another one. I actually decided, because I was looking at the ingredients, I was like, oh, let me put this on my face and see how it does. So I did it before and it was fine without a carrier oil. You guys do remember that I have been using oil since December 2007. So, and I do not use any toxic ingredient products. So all of my products are toxic free, because essential oils, if you are using toxic products and you do have a little bit of like a hot or a burning sensation and you're not using a hot oil, which would be like oregano or basil or whatnot, it's probably because the oils are fighting against the toxins that are still stored in the fatty tissues of your cells. Okay. So that's why we want to be really aware of what we're using on our skin. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this beautiful chart and talk a little bit more about it. So, well, you guys will have to just, their eye area, actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna point to my face. This is the first time I've done this, you guys. This is an awesome class. Thank you guys for experiencing it. So if you're seeing a lot of redness near your eye, or not redness, but just spots, that might be the thyroid function, poor liver or oxygen levels. You also might be sensitive and overreact and have an inability to here. So it's interesting. Like maybe sometimes we don't want to hear certain news, right? We just tune it out. So with the thyroid, there's a supplement called Thyromin, and then Super B is also really good for the thyroid. I'm going to talk about supplements and oils, and also our skincare line a little bit. Also, if you have issues near, like a little bit underneath your ear, closer, like under your cheeks, that could be caused by the kidney. So having a deficiency and having a damp heat. So a damp heat is referring to Chinese medicine. And having issues with your bladder, as well as if you have lots of like blood or dark blood color, I would use juniper and geranium. And if you have an area over here, I would put juniper and geranium on it. Remember, you might need to use a carrier oil, which is jojoba, almond, or grapeseed, a vegetable oil, to apply it to your face, because essential oils are the concentration of the plant. And just read your bottles. Like Valor, you guys saw me just put that directly on my skin because Valor already has a carrier oil. Some oils will say dilution not required. Some will say 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. So talking about the dilution. And yes, I know the writing on the bottle is small, but you can also look it up online too, if you want to go to youngliving.com. And it's really experience, you guys. Since I've been using them so long, I definitely made mistakes of where like I have thought, oh, okay, this is kind of like a chill oil, and then I'll add this one, and then I'm like, ooh, I can feel that on my knee, and I'm like, oh, where's the olive oil or the grape seed? So then you just apply a carrier oil and it'll dissipate. It's perfect. And remember, I'm only talking about Young Living essential oils because of the quality. I cannot speak for any other oils because of most of them usually don't have farms. They don't test as much as us. Young Living tests over 20 times, and then they send it to a private lab to be double checked. Actually, 2 private labs. So all of our products get a lot of testing. So just be aware of that, okay? Okay, so a lot of times, us women, especially, we have issues, right? Like in the chin, the face, the mouth, right? That is hormonal. It's all hormonal. Like that time of the month, it's all hormonal. So things that you can do is you can use Clarity Sage. You can apply it to your face. I actually try and use Clarity Sage 2 weeks before my period, because it does also help with balancing out, right? We want to be balanced. You guys, I used to have really bad cramps. I don't anymore. I really don't. If I do, then I know that something is out of balance. You guys, we as a society have normalized cramps, bloating. Well, you probably will get a little bloating. That's kind of normal. But cramps, especially, that inability, that moodiness, it's all about balance. It's all about understanding your body and really paying attention and having that awareness. And really only you can do that because it's your body or it's my body. No one else feels what I feel, right? Okay, so if you're having issues down here, also Endoflex. Endoflex is really great because Endoflex is the endocrine system, and that is balancing out your endocrine system. There is also, like, if you have issues up here with acne, then it's your liver and your gallbladder having a metabolism disorder. Like you're not digesting things right. So your liver and your gallbladder are probably really stopped up. Actually, for a lot of this, you guys, like I had mentioned, I briefly had talked with my intro. I used to be sick all the time. So that means I had a antibiotic pretty constantly. And then I was also on steroids because I have a diagnosis of asthma. I have a diagnosis of asthma. My brother has a diagnosis of autism. So that's how I got started with Young Living. For those of you who want to know more, ask me later. So with that being said, our lungs are connected to our skin, and our skin is, or it's our liver. Liver is connected to our lungs, and our lungs are connected to our skin. Like I mentioned earlier, they're all a part of that elimination system, right? So if you have skin issues, really support your liver and your lungs. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I will, like I said, also talk about some of our skincare. Can you guys see how this is? I'm trying to give it to you in little bits and pieces, because I don't want to give it to you all because it's a lot. But it's also really cool, right? It's really awesome. So with that, with our skin having issues, like the acne or the, occasional acne, we do have our acne serum that is back in stock. So feel free to grab that, put that on your loyalty, your essential rewards order. You will be so thankful that you did. And then remember that our lungs hold grief, which is a very real thing, and very many people are experiencing that within this last year, right? On some levels, I think we all are. So we just want to be aware of using oils like joy. Joy is really good for grief, as well as gratitude, right? We want to support our emotions. And then also for grief, we want to be aware, since it is held in the lungs, we can use Raven, which comes in the premium starter kit, or we can use RC or eucalyptus. Those are all really good for the lungs. Also, though, cypress and tree oils are also really good for the lungs. Now, cypress helps with circulation as well. And then if you add joy, that's also going to help with the heart chakra. So you could use cypress and joy together to really help move through that grief and help you be more balanced. This all connects to the face, because literally, and you guys, this is not a, I don't think we're getting a doctorate in Chinese. I don't have a doctorate in Chinese. Hold on. Oh, wait, I think she muted herself. Maybe. I'm pretty sure she did. Okay, perfect. There's a lot, but literally Chinese doctors look at your face and they can tell exactly what is happening with your internal organs, because that's what they're trained in. So that's kind of, I'm giving you a snippet, and maybe we'll do part 2. We'll talk to the beautiful attendees, and we'll talk about part 2 here next time. So with that, also realize that your liver controls all of your hormones. So with your liver controlling all of your hormones, I wanted to make sure that you all are using your lemon vitality from your starter kit and putting it in your water. I currently don't have a glass. With citrus oils, you only want to put it in glass, ceramic, or stainless steel. No plastic, because citrus eats away at plastic. It's another really good reason to be adding citrus oils to your water, because with it eating away at plastic, the possibility of fish and whatnot eating plastics that you might be consuming as well is eliminated, because you are drinking that lemon water. Okay, so I would also look at cleansing the liver, because it does have all of that hormonal support. I mean, there are other glands and whatnot, but the liver does a lot, you guys. We really should be doing a liver cleanse. I know I talked about that last month, or the month before. And if you want to chat about it more, either after or one-on-one, we can do that, because there are different options in Young Living for doing a liver cleanse or cleansing the liver. And there's also just different liver cleanses in general. You can also use Ningxia Red to cleanse if you choose to do that. It just kind of depends on what your budget is and how you want to do it. The cleansing trio is one of those items that you can use and look up and order and add to your loyalty order, and that's the cleansing trio. Okay, and that will help with the liver, the intestines, because you also want to make sure the intestines are working and getting things out. Because if your intestines aren't working properly and you're doing a liver cleanse, you can reabsorb that stuff. It's not what we want. I hope you guys are understanding how important it is to really make sure that you are using and knowing your ingredients, as well as seeing how beautiful essential oils can be added to enhance our body and help everything work. Okay, so the other aspect that I wanted to mention as well, because I know a lot of us wanted to hear about the skin and some liver spots and some of the things I used. So I talked about adding lemon vitality to your water every day, right? And you can switch it up to citrus fresh or orange or lime vitality. Those are different vitality options you can use. And then many of you already have frankincense. Frankincense is one of my go-tos, you guys, because like I said, I used to have pizza face acne, right? It was everywhere. Actually, frankincense was great, but really what helped me, and you guys, there was a time before I used Young Living. I have a pre-Young Living time. I didn't grow up using Young Living. There are some beautiful kids out there that are growing up using Young Living, and it's becoming second nature, which is amazing. That's what I'm looking to impact and help the generations to come, right? With that, having acne, I was still using what I now call crappy cleaners. Anything you can just buy on the shelf at the grocery store or Walmart or whatnot. And I was using purification. I put 2 to 3 drops of purification just directly on my face. I didn't need to dilute it. So, hey, Patricia, I'm gonna mute you. Or if you want to mute yourself, thank you so much for joining. And of course, I kind of looked and I knew this bottle was empty or getting close. Okay, so there's a point when you have been using oils long enough that you just eyeball it. Okay, that's probably like 3 or 4 drops. Perfect. So I would just literally, after washing my face, put purification all over my face. Now, we do have our acne serum, so you should use that, because this that's amazing and it works amazingly. So use the acne serum. It's back in stock. Go out, grab it, try that out. But that's also another aspect of what I used. Frankincense is another oil that I used and I still use. I really haven't had a need for purification in quite some time, as many of you have seen, because you know me in person, and every time I tell someone that I used to have pizza face acne, they're like, no. They're like, don't believe me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't think it would work. I've been through so many different things. I don't have before and after pictures. But frankincense is another oil that I use a lot on my skin. And again, I just let it drop, 2 or 3 drops, put it on my skin. Now you can do like a massage and add like an almond or a jojoba or whatnot as well, because almond and those vegetable oils also help your skin. And then you can massage it in, right? You can do like a DIY spa. But a lot of the time I do just put frankincense on because I know how good it is, and I'm usually trying to like do something, or I'm running out the door or something. quick things. Put the oil in my hand and put it on. So frankincense, I also brought out forgiveness. There was a reason. Okay. Yes. So this is that other chart that I was showing you, and you can just research or Google image face reflexology and get different charts, different face charts. This is the one that I was looking at with Joanne and Grace from China, from the Royal, actually from Hong Kong. I was really studying and doing some other books to hear their information on the beautiful aspect of Chinese medicine and reflexology. And they brought up so many different points. So that's where I got these two charts from that I'm going to send to you guys. So I brought up forgiveness because if you have any issues that are kind of like your cheekbones, right? Like right at your cheekbones, that's your gallbladder. So you want to use forgiveness. Now you can put forgiveness on your face. Forgiveness does already have a carrier oil in it. You can just add the, because it has that carrier oil, it should be fine unless you have really sensitive skin. Then remember, dilute with grapeseed, jojoba, almond, whatever vegetable oil you have. But we got to make sure we forgive. And sometimes we don't do that. And sometimes we make ourselves our own worst enemy or our own issue, right? We make something bigger than it's what out to be. So forgiveness, you can put it, like I said, directly on the face. You can put it near your, or underneath your rib cage on your right side. That's where your liver and your gallbladder live, right? And the liver and the gallbladder are like, it was so cute. The Chinese, they said they're like, oh my God, they had a saying. I don't know if I'm going to be able to say it really quick. I call them like twins. They have to be connected. They have to be together. Either way, I can't, wait, hold on. Yeah, gallbladder and liver always have each other's backs. So I don't know exactly, but that's what they're saying. Gallbladder and liver always have each other's backs. So you have to be aware that they work together. So I say twins. The stomach and the spleen are always another one that should be paired together as well. That's just how it works with the body. If you're having kidney issues, and kidneys are more like if you have the circles as well. So the gallbladder and the liver are circles, right? But the kidneys are like right around your eyes. So do not put essential oils in your eye. If you're going to put them around your eyes, go around your eyebrow and around your cheekbones. Like, okay, do not try when you see this chart and put them right. No. Don't put them on your eyelashes. No, don't do that, okay? Because remember, essential oils are strong. If you get essential oil accidentally in your eye, you mix it out with a carrier oil. So jojoba, grapeseed, anything. And then if it still feels weird because you're like, I just put a vegetable oil in my eye, then you can use water. But remember, it's just the basic saying, water and oil do not mix, okay? So highest potential is one of those oils that we get as our gift oils this month. And it's also really good for the kidneys. Now I've added a few other oils on this chart, but for time's sake, so I'm going to go and talk about the colon or the spleen. The spleen is actually near your nostrils. And if you're having any issues right there, then I would use Believe. I would also be very careful with your nostrils as well. If you're going to use an essential oil, you're probably going to want to dilute it because this is another opening, right? So you can use Clarity. I probably would put Clarity on the bottom of your feet because Clarity has basil. And basil is really hot, okay? So if you want to support your spleen, use clarity on the bottom of your feet. You can put on topically on your nose, believe, or lead them. Also, if you have, let me sideswipe, if you have an occasional acne, remember acne serum. And you can also, for occasional acne, try lavender, okay? Try that directly on. Okay, so there, the like little center part, that is connected to your rectum, and you should use present time because you're worried about something. So use present time, get yourself grounded in the present moment. You guys, we never know. It's amazing how many things I've heard about the future and what's going to happen. And some of it I reject because it's not in everyone's highest good. And some of it's unethical. Some of these things that are happening just are very questionable. So I reject it. I don't want it to happen. And I ask people the questions. Also, your like the kind of closest to your lips are your uterus, and then the higher part, I think it's the prostate. Either way, the uterus and the prostate, forgiveness and release. If you're having any issues there, forgiveness and release, which those are fine to put on your face because they do have a carrier oil. If something does feel like it's happening, upgrade your face wash to Young Living because it has the best ingredients. No, seriously though. But, or just add more of a carrier oil. It's up to you. Okay, so that's a little tidbit of a lot of info. I hope you guys are following along, right? Are we following along those live? Yeah, yeah. Okay, Sue's good. Anna's good. Okay, I think Patricia's good. I hope Rachel, I'm hoping Rachel's good. I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm always here to answer questions. Yeah, okay, cool, perfect. So this is another reason I started diving into this book, which you guys know that I talk about releasing emotional patterns when I talk about our feelings and our emotions. This is my go-to. There is also this beautiful Caroline Mean, Dr. Caroline Mean has, so she has the, let's see, she has beautiful, she has the ear chart, which connecting to the emotions. She has the body, right? And then she has the face. This one's even more. This one's even more, you guys. Like, seriously, I was just like, oh, okay. So, but the reason why I bring this up is because you should look at it, because there's a few different areas that you can kind of use this as like a reference, or so you would use it as a reference in the fact that like you're going to feel when the pain happens, right? Remember I mentioned pain is your body trying to tell you that something is out of whack inside, right? And sometimes it is directly connected to where that organ's at. Sometimes it's right over the liver. Other times it's a meridian point. So, or a meridian reflexology point. So maybe you're noticing like, hey, man, like it's really is just like this one area. And then you look it up in the chart, then you look it up. Oh, okay, so it was my inner ear. The oil is sacred mountain. The emotion is fear of hearing, right? So then you can also go and get your way out, which is your affirmation, or you could just make it up yourself. Follow your intuition, fear of hearing. I'm hearing great. I am so happy and grateful. My ears hear perfectly. Again, so I wanted to bring up that this can be used in that aspect, right? So that is one beautiful aspect. The other aspect, sometimes I just use, now I've put my oils in a beautiful spot, right? But I used to just have them all clumped and I couldn't see what was what. So I'd literally just pick up an oil and be like, oh, forgiveness, I should put that on. Usually I'd probably just put it on here, but remember, it's getting absorbed in my body and it's going where it needs to go. So to kind of start closing it out, well, yeah, I'm going to close out the oils part, and then I'm going to touch on some of the skincare. With our face, we want to be aware that our face is sensitive. So I recommend putting on things that are not hot oils. So like lavender, geranium, forgiveness, highest potential, valor, frankincense, sandalwood, blue tansy, right? But remember, blue tansy, we don't want to look like a Smurf, okay? And stress away. You can also, stress away comes in the premium starter kit. So you can put that on your face. That has great oils and oils that are good for skin and the hair and the nails. So those myrrh. Oh, okay. Before I close out the oils, this is why I'm closing out the oils. So that I remember things. You see my beautiful aroma fit mints, or yeah, aroma fit mints. Yeah, that's what they're called. So this is so I can just easily put this on my face, right? That's how I apply myrrh. For me, it says, and you guys, I'm gonna also, a little side note here. I was told that I have very sensitive skin.
You text your mom?
Oh, Rachel, you're
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind, but it's all good. Apparently someone's texting their mom. So myrrh, or actually what I was told is I have very sensitive skin. That's not necessarily the case. I feel like my body just is kind of sensitive, which I think is a good thing, because it tells me when something is toxic and I shouldn't have it. You guys, your body is giving you signs, and this is why I educate, so that you understand, and I encourage all of you to educate so you understand and teach others the signs your body is giving you, okay? Myrrh. It also, if you notice though, it has a lot of crusty stuff, right? Myrrh, if it is oxidized, and that's why I like it on a roller fitment, because it doesn't allow a lot of oxygen in. And so I can easily just roll it on my skin and it's fine, right? There's nothing you can see on the roller. It's fine. It's more when it didn't have a roller on it, and it kind of, it starts to re-solidify as resin. It's just what it does. It's a natural product. So that's why I like myrrh on a roller bottle, so that I can easily just roll it on and I'm good. Okay, also myrrh and frankincense. Myrrh has been called the mother of essential oils. Frankincense has been called the father of essential oils. They're both really good for skin. They're also both really good for our immune system. Also, like skin as in like keeping your age, like youthful looking skin, right? We all want to have beautiful, youthful looking skin. So myrrh, frankincense. I guess I already told you frankincense is why my face looks so amazing. Also though, it's my skincare items. Please have a skincare regimen. That is going to help you as well. Of course, knowing the ingredients is very helpful. So I have the Art skincare system, which is our Art Gentle Cleanser. So this has ingredients. I don't have the list and it's not on the bottle. It comes in a beautiful box and it has all the ingredients, which I threw out. But I know it has things like sandalwood and myrrh. Young Living has put this together. Art stands for age refining technology. Age refining technology. That's what Art stands for. And they have science, right? They use science to support this. So the gentle cleanser. So you cleanse, you tone, moisturize, right? Please at least do those three things, please. Okay. Toning brings pH balance back to your face. The quicker you get into pH, the better and more youthful your skin will look, okay? Also, random little side note though, it took me a little while to get into this routine. And I was at the beauty school. This is when I started, okay. So I was at beauty school, I got my face photo, and it does 3 layers. It does the brown spots, the blood vessels, and your epidermis, like your deeper epidermis. So I did it at convention 2 or 3 years earlier, and then I was lucky enough to go to the Utah beauty school at the beautiful Zimmerant Resort. It's amazing. Beauty school in person. I mean, beauty school digitally is awesome, so you should definitely do that. But beauty school in person is great too. Okay, so the reason why I bring this up though is because my skin had gotten better. But I'm also going to reveal that at that time, I wasn't really doing a good beauty skin thing. I just wasn't. I wasn't being consistent with washing my face and doing at least the 3 every morning and night. But you know what I was doing? I was putting frankincense or myrrh or release or forgiveness or anything that had sandalwood, frankincense, myrrh, pretty much in it. Those were like, I would put those on my face, or like, that's kind of what I do now. You guys saw me with my myrrh. I was literally just rolling it on my face. So she had asked what my skincare routine was, and I was like, I use a lot of frankincense, which is true, but I couldn't really tell. And I was like, oh. But then when I went to beauty school, because I was at beauty school, I was like, oh, if I do that with just that, what about if I actually commit, right? I commit to my skin, can commit to my skincare routine. So that is the basics: the cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer. There are also, like, this is the Orange Blossom cleanser. So acne prone skin, Orange Blossom cleanser, or our charcoal bar soap is really good for acne prone skin, but it is for normal to oily skin. I have more of an oily skin on my face, which is awesome. That's probably another reason why my face looks so youthful. Also maybe why it was a little bit more acne prone. So I rotate out my cleansers. I just do. So that I don't really keep track of. I just do it. As you see, I also have the Myrrha cleanser. So the Myrrha Lush Luminous Cleansing Oil, this I definitely use more at night, and I use it to remove my makeup. So I put it, on my eyes and everything to remove my makeup. It's fine. I think it did say somewhere, oh no, I think it was on the website for a little while, or like when it first came out, and I was like, it was trying to say avoid the eyes. I'm like, I didn't even notice that. One of my members pointed it out to me, and I was like, I've been using it on my eyes. And she's like, yeah, I have too. I don't know why it says that. So it's fine. It's perfectly normal and fine. Now, Bloom. Bloom is our newest thing. Right now, I only have the cleanser, and this is almost out. Because, this is a 3-part system as well. There's the Bloom cleanser. There is what is it called? It's the toner, but it's like the Bloom Essence. Yes, Bloom Essence, and then the moisturizer. It is a beautiful 3-part system. This is more for mature skin. Okay. This is also for people that have liver spots, browning the spots. Okay. This is the Bloom. It's based off of Cher Lumet. Cher Lumet was all about evening your skin tone. So if you say, hey, I already have a cleansing system, it's worked, and you don't want to try something new, I get it. That's fine. Keep doing what you're doing. I do suggest you look at the ingredients. also just get Shirley May then. If you're like, hey, I just want to try the one thing, then just get Shirley May. But I'm going to show you guys. So you're going to see the back of my head. And then I also get to see what time it is too. Because I realize I still haven't put my watch on. But I'm going to share my screen on my computer and show you the beautiful difference with Bloom. So this was during the release of the Bloom. This was during the release of Bloom, and you are seeing the left-hand side has the Bloom, the right-hand side, you know, it creates this beautiful shimmer, right? Which is actually helps with, oh wait, oh, okay. It just helps. So this is some before and after. And anyway, 81% of participants said their skin appeared more even in color after using the Bloom Brightening Collection. So again, that's the cleanser, the essence, which is the toner, and then the moisturizer. This is another one. You guys can see the redness is gone. There's no redness. This is also my beautiful friend, Melissa Poppin, and my basics and my mentor. You guys can see how awesome. And this was for her within 5 days. The other ones, I believe, was in 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. I should have looked up my notes, but I didn't. So that is the skincare Bloom system. So we want to be aware of what we're using every single day, because it's so important to really know that. Oh, also sulfurzyme. Sulfurzyme is amazing for your skin, your hair, and your nails. It is a beautiful, it's also, sulfurzyme combines MSM, which is an organic form of dietary sulfur, with a pure wolfberry powder that supports recovery time and acute inflammation associated with exercise and overall joint health. But it's also really good for your skin, hair, and your nails. People will notice that their nails do not break. They're not as brittle when they're on sulfurzyme, and the same thing with their hair. Like I've gotten so many compliments on my hair and even the color of my hair too. They're like, where do you get it colored? I'm like, I don't. This is my hair. I did highlight it when I was younger, but then my hairstylist told me, like, once you get it dyed all one color, it never grows back the same. So I was like, ooh, never mind. Detoxzyme. If you have liver spots, if you have liver things, also use detoxzyme and or that cleansing trio. Like we're gonna talk. We have some time. You know, I'm here to chat it out with you guys to create that wellness plan and add things to your loyalty and your essential rewards order, so that you know what to and how your body will be eliminated. That 3-month wellness plan. Okay. Okay, so I hope you guys can see, right, how important it is to know your ingredients, to be ingredient savvy, right? We can all see that. Yep, I'm seeing the nods. I'm seeing the nods. Can you guys also see how our face and our body, there's also teeth reflexology points, you guys. Isn't that crazy? Can you see how that is connected to our body as well, and the importance of knowing ingredients? So with all of this being said, and everything that you've seen, and the importance of using essential oils every day and incorporating and creating this beautiful lifestyle, there's a few ways that you can join. If you're like, hey, I really just want to try this Bloom cleanser, I have to pause because Bear is so excited Nate's home. Give me 1 second, y'all. The beauty about being close to the door. That wasn't that long of a deadness, like silence for those watching the replay. Okay, so there's a few different ways that you can join. If you're like, hey, I really just want to try the Bloom cleanser, then that's good. You're going to get amazing products. If you just want one item, be a retail customer. I say that because you can save 24% by being a wholesale member. Soon, this whole thing will change, but right now, this is how I'm teaching this. So grab the Ningxia Red Premium Starter Kit or the Premium Starter Kit with the essential oils and the diffuser, which my diffuser is going on behind me. There's the diffuser. Beautiful. Also, if you want the best and the best value, join on the loyalty program. Join on our Sensory Rewards. Start swapping things out so you can really have the best healthcare products on the market. Skincare, healthcare, all the things, all health and wellness. It's amazing. So I'm gonna stop recording for those of you that are on so I can answer any questions that might have arisen. For those of you watching the replay, thank you again. And feel free to